Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Bookmas and the Literature with Lydia podcast. My name is Lydia and I'm so excited to have you here today for this episode. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you my 25 favorite things of 2025. So these are not necessarily all bookish. Some of them are, and you'll be able to hear those, but I compiled a list of the 25 things that made 2025 what it was. And I'm excited to share them with you today. Now, I'm going to go in order from 25 to 1. So 25 is my new bookshelves. When I moved back to the States from Kuwait, I naturally needed to get some new bookshelves. I technically had some, but because I was bringing all the books that I also had in Kuwait with me, I needed a larger space for my books to fit, and I found some really cool ones on Facebook Marketplace, and now they are mine, and I love them, and they're so perfect. I actually do not have enough room still for the books that I have, so I will be getting another shelf at some point, but I'm kind of waiting until I find the right thing that I'm looking for. And so for the time being, I just have my two beautiful, perfect, lovely shelves, but I love them and they fit my space so well, and I'm excited to continue seeing how they change as the seasons happen. Number 24 is The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Now, I previously have never seen the show before this year, and I've binged it mostly within the last month, and it's crazy. I would say reality TV is not my main show or type of show to watch. I do love Survivor, and I did watch Dancing with the Stars earlier this year. Growing up, I loved watching The Amazing Race and I loved American Idol, but I still feel like I normally watch more fiction when it comes to TV shows, but The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, entertainment, pure entertainment. And I'm so glad that I'm now part of that world. And we have a whole new season coming at the start of next year, and it supposedly is going to be 20 episodes, which I will have to work myself up to, but I'm excited nonetheless. Number 23 is my signed special edition of People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. That is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book of all time. I actually have a tattoo that is a quote from the book. It's not from the book itself, but it's from the author's note at the end of the book. And Emily said something about how traveling isn't necessarily about the destinations, but it's about the people that you're with and the people that make the places that you go home. And when I was moving back to the States, I knew I wanted to get a tattoo that represented my time in Kuwait and specifically the people that made Kuwait home. And so my best friend from Kuwait, she was able to write the quote in her handwriting, and that's the tattoo that I have now. And anyway, it says, "The ones who stay, who become home." And when I made my order for the signed edition of the book, I mentioned in my little note to Emily, and I said, I have a tattoo that says this. And when I got my signed copy, it said, "The ones who stay do become home," or something along those lines, which she wrote to me, which so special and so kind, and definitely something that I will treasure for forever. Number 22 is my new job. I have previously taught 4th grade. I also taught 2nd grade, but when I moved here and I was looking for a new position, I decided to apply for a 6th grade position as a literacy teacher. And so this is kind of a new realm for me, a new age group, and also having just one focus for a subject level. But I'm really enjoying it so much. It's been a challenge, and again, just a lot of new things, but I'm really loving it. I love the people that I work with. I love where I work, and it's really nice to look forward to my job each day. Number 21 is changing my perfume to match the season. I think that I've probably done this unintentionally because, as you run out of them, you get a new one. I've never really been somebody who stuck to the same like scent, but this year I've been changing up the perfume that I use based on whatever season it is, and it's been kind of fun. So that's a very simple thing, but it's been something that's made 2025 fun. Number 20 is Scooters, the drive-in coffee shop. I don't know what to say about it other than they have really good drinks. I love their cold brew with cold foam. They have different like flavors of cold foam that you can get, but during the Christmas season, they've had a collaboration with like Elf the movie. And so they have all these fun personalized drinks that are like the candy cane forest mocha, or they have a drink called the Caramelicious, but this one is like with maple because of maple syrup. And I don't know, there are a lot of other cute little elf themed snacks and drinks and stuff. And I'm loving the candy cane forest mocha. I love a peppermint mocha. So that's been high on my list this year. Number 19 is fantasy football. Now, if you had even told me like 5 months ago that I would be doing fantasy football, I would have laughed in your face. But not only am I having fun with fantasy football, like the app, and like trying to keep up with my players and all of that, it's also made me such a fan of football itself. So new. I feel like I've been around football a lot my whole life. My dad loves football. Go Pack Go. But I've never truly cared while watching it before. And now I'm literally getting reels on like suggested to me on Instagram that are all these like famous, like legendary football plays from over the years. It's so random, but it's been a fun part of the year. Number 18, I already referenced that I got my bookshelves from Facebook Marketplace, but I have been like furnishing not only my apartment, but everything in my life with Facebook Marketplace. Since I moved back to the States, I bought my car off of Facebook Marketplace, my bookshelves, my couch. I just got an espresso maker, like not ever used, my table and chairs. There are so many other things too. I can't even name all of them, but I would not be who I am today without Facebook Marketplace. Number 17 is 50 States in 50 Days, which is a series that Ryan Trahan did with Haley Pham, his wife, on YouTube over the summer. It was such a cool show to watch, and if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend. It would be the perfect like binge show to watch during like the holidays if you have a winter break. And it was done for such a cool cause, but also shown in such a fun, creative way. And I had goosebumps, I laughed, I cried, like the perfect kind of show to watch. And I think every episode is only around 20 to 30 minutes, so that's a really fun part of it too. Number 16 is the brand Saltaire, specifically their golden hour scent. I purchased their like body butter and body oil in this scent, and it smells so, so, so good. I feel like that is like my scent to a T. I have a visitor. Say hi. She's gonna join. I've loved that scent. I don't have the body spray. I probably will get it for next summer because it's definitely more of like a summer scent. It's very like light and like coconutty, but been loving that so much. You may be able to hear Cubby purring on me because she is currently sitting in my lap, so just a warning. Number 15 is nonfiction books. So as a genre, I have read so many nonfiction books this year, and it's been so fun. I never thought that that would be a genre that I would get into. It all started with Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. I've read it twice already this year, and it's really changed my mind about nonfiction. I think all of the ones that I've read, I've listened to the audiobook instead of reading it physically or on my Kindle, but I think that that's an even cooler way to consume it, honestly, because a majority of the time it ends up being read by the author. So that's been really cool and a huge part of 2025 for me. Number 14 is homemade Lunchables. Lunchables were like a staple of my childhood, but I've really enjoyed this year making homemade ones. I got a little like Tupperware container that has multiple like little spots. I don't know how to describe that better, but I put like fruit in one, cheese and meat in another, who knows, like some type of cracker in one, and then maybe a veggie in the other. And it's been so fun to kind of have like girl dinner, but for lunch. And if you haven't done that yourself, this is the time to do it. Make that part of your 2026 resolutions. Number 13 is the app Letterloop. It's a really cool app that you can download and share with some of your friends. Essentially, you upload or like create different questions, and then it gets sent to all of the people that are on that letter loop. They answer it, and then a little bit later it ends up being generated into what looks like a newsletter or like a newspaper. And so there's different like articles that come out each month. So fun. Such a fun activity to do with your friends, and yeah, just something unique and a great way to get to know people a little bit better. Number 12 is blind boxes. I feel like it started with Sunny Angels, but I love how they're everywhere now, and if I see one, I have to get one. I cannot resist. It just brings me so much joy to look and see what my different possibilities are, to say the one that I want it to be, the ones that I don't want it to be, and then figuring it out. I don't know. I'm looking at my bookshelves. I have probably at least 7 different ones that are just on my bookshelves. And I'm a knick-knack girl. If you are very minimalist, it's probably not your thing. But for me, I love it. I love intentional clutter. Let's say that. Number 11 is making fun coffees at home. I did this a lot while I was in Kuwait still, but now it's kind of coming back around, especially now that I have my espresso machine. And so yeah, just making it at home is really fun. I do love ordering or going to pick one up from the drive-thru, but we're going to be back to doing them at home, and I'm really excited in the next few weeks to experiment more with like making my own simple syrups and that kind of thing, and I'm excited to see what creations I can come up with. Number 10 is the Innisfree Apple Seed Cleansing Oil. I picked this up when I was in South Korea during the spring, and it is the best makeup remover I have ever used. I've used cleansing oils in the past, but this one just melts everything, and I use waterproof mascara, and it just gets that off so easily. Cannot recommend it enough. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find it since I've been back in the States. I don't know if it's only something that you can get in actual Korea, but I'm going to be on the lookout for it because I'm almost done with it. But I definitely recommend looking into Innisfree as a brand itself. It has a lot of really cool products, and I'm really enjoying it. Number 9 is living across the hall from my best friends. Now, 2 of my close friends from the States, I met them in university. We were in the education program together, and they are really what helped me feel like anchored to the States while I was in Kuwait. And especially it was really helpful at the very beginning of living in Kuwait when I didn't really know a ton of people. It just helped me still feel connected even though I wasn't here in person. And now I live not only in the same complex as them, but if I'm standing in my doorway, I can see theirs. And it's been such a cool time to just be together, eat dinner together, randomly go over there whenever, and I will not take that for granted. I know that it won't be this way forever, but I am loving it right now, and it has truly been one of the best parts of 2025. Number 8 is my Hatch alarm clock. I finally caved and got one, and I cannot express how life-changing it is. I love waking up to it because I feel like most of the time I wake up even before my alarm goes off, and it's because it's slowly making the sun rise. And with the winter season being the way that it is, with the sun going down so early and taking so long to rise, it has been such a game changer. Number 7 is doing my nails again. I have done my nails on and off since 2020, and I've used a number of different nail systems, but I recently have gotten into rubber base, and I think I'm perfecting my craft. I feel like I'm getting better with each time that I do my nails, and it's been so therapeutic and fun to just pop on a podcast or an audiobook, sit down. It does take a few hours, so if you don't have that time to spare, or you're not interested in being really bad at it at first, then that might not be for you. But I have really found it, again, very therapeutic. It's been really fun to just focus, try different designs, and so that's been a good part of the year as well. Number 6 is Letterboxd. I downloaded the app in, I think, May, and I spent a good 3 days trying to think of every single movie I've ever watched in my life, trying to think of fun little categories that I could make into different lists that I could add movies to on my app. And it's been so fun to kind of connect with people that way and kind of track my movie watching in that way. I feel like it's the Goodreads for movies, and it's been fun. Number 5 is running. Again, if you told me that I would get into running this year, I also would have laughed in your face. I have loved it so much, though. It's been so good for me mentally, aside from obviously physically, but I feel like it's been a big part of 2025 and something I hope to take into future years as well. Number 4 is Peanut Butter World, the ice cream by Ben & Jerry's. I've had probably 15 tubs of it, if not more, and I truly cannot get enough, and I don't know where I would be in my life without Peanut Butter World. Number 3 is Paddington. I love Paddington, and I discovered him this year. I watched the 3rd movie in theaters at the start of this year, and I hadn't watched the other 2. Don't worry, I did eventually watch them. And I've also listened to the first 2, maybe 3 audiobooks so far as well. I think that might be the thing that I could tell people that I like, that describes my personality the best. I love stuffed animals. I love I don't know, just simple, sweet humor like that, and it's been such a fun part of the year for me. Number 2 is the app Finch, and it's kind of like a self-care mental health app that you can take care of a little bird, and you get to name it, you get to have it go on different adventures to different places, and you can add different goals for yourself throughout the day, and as you check them off, you're able to take care of your bird, and you can connect with other people, work on goals together, send them love. It's been a really nice way to not only keep organized, but again, just kind of take a moment, slow down a little bit, and reflect on my mind throughout the year. Finally, number 1 is the Wicked soundtrack. I do not know where I would be without the Wicked soundtrack. It has been on repeat throughout this year. It's gotten better as Wicked for Good came out, and I just cannot recommend it enough. So anyway, these are my top 25 things of 2025. I'd love to hear what some of yours are, so please let me know. But thank you for tuning in for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!